Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 4 college basketball games for Monday, February 10th, 2025. And if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most in college hoops and other sports, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alrighty, here we go. Here are the games for Monday in college hoops. First up, we have North Carolina and Clemson. This one is 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN. Now, both of these teams played on Saturday. Both of these teams got a win on Saturday, but I do think it's a pretty clear letdown spot for Clemson. They had an upset victory, huge upset win over Duke, and that was after a triple overtime loss to Georgia Tech in the previous game. Not a great loss there. So definitely the Tigers redeemed themselves with the big win, a resume-boosting win, but still, I can't get there with them in this spot, laying the points against a North Carolina team that I think is really underrated right now. I still think shot quality-wise, one of the better teams in the conference. They take care of the basketball. They're a good defensive rebounding team. Both of those aspects really important when you're playing on the road in conference play. I think North Carolina keeps this game close at least, if not wins the game outright. So give me the Tar Heels plus the points and money line. Next up, we have Howard and Maryland Eastern Shore. This one is 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, we've talked about both of these teams in recent games. We faded Maryland Eastern Shore against Coppin State, and Coppin State won that game outright as a small dog on the road. We also took Howard against South Carolina State back on last Monday, February 3rd, and we lost that one. It was a game that Howard was winning midway through the second half and then just completely collapsed in the final minutes. I mean, they had a lead as large as 11 points in closing out the first half. So just kind of a crazy game there for Howard. But I still think that now Howard bounced back with a win in their last game over Central, North Carolina Central. And I think they're the much better team in this game on both ends of the court, but especially in the offensive side. I mean, this is actually a really good shooting team. They're 10th best in the country in three-point shooting, top 30 in free throw shooting. Their defense has definitely had issues, but I think Maryland Eastern Shore's defense is even worse. When you look at the shot quality numbers, I do think Howard is a little bit underrated, and I think they can make a run in this conference. They've got to be able to win games like this, even on the road. I think we see Howard win and cover the number on the road in this one. Next up, we have Florida A&M and Prairie View A&M in the SWAC. This one is 8:30 Eastern. Now, these two teams have gone in different directions in recent games in conference play. Florida A&M started the conference season with an 0-3 record, but the Rattlers have now won 6 of their last 7 to go to 6-4 in SWAC play. While on the flip side, Prairie View had a nice start to conference play, 3-1 record, and now they've lost 6 in a row to be 3-7 in the SWAC. But for me, I think we're getting a really good price with the home team in this one because of recent results, because of the records on paper. I think the matchup really benefits Prairie View for two big reasons. I think it's both involving turnovers on the offensive and defensive side. Prairie View does a better job than most teams in this conference at taking care of the basketball. They also force a ton of turnovers on the defensive end, ranked 44th in the country. That's a big problem for Florida A&M when you're playing on the road. When you've turned the ball over this season, about 23% of your possessions, ranked 360th in the country. Prairie View is a very fast-paced team. They should be able to get a lot of fast break buckets in this game, and also a lot of trips to the free throw line, as Prairie View does a good job of getting to the line. They're a good free throw shooting team, better than most teams in the SWAC, I would say. And when you look at Florida A&M this season, look at their wins. I mean, they've benefited from a pretty weak schedule in conference play. You got to give them credit for that last win against Texas Southern, but still was a very close game. They played in a few close games now recently. I think this is a letdown spot. I think Prairie View is getting a really good price because of recent results. I think the matchup's beneficial. I got to go with Prairie View in this one at home. Next up, we have Baylor and Houston. This one's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be on ESPN. I think Houston's on upset alert in this game. I like Baylor plus the points and on the money line. When you look at Houston in their most recent games, they've not looked anywhere near as strong, especially on the defensive end, as what we're used to seeing. The outright upset loss to Texas Tech, failed cover against Oklahoma State. They won by 9, laying 22.5 points or so. And then the failed cover most recently against Colorado, the weakest team in the conference. A team has yet to win a game in the Big 12. Houston almost, they were flirting with disaster in that one a little bit, as it was a single-digit game down the stretch. I think Baylor, this is a team that's underperformed this season. They've dealt with a ton of injuries, but they're starting to play their best basketball of the year. They're the healthiest they've been all season. And I still think from a shot quality perspective, one of the best teams in the country, an experienced roster with one of the best coaches in college basketball. I know they've not been the best on the road. If this was a home game, I think Baylor's chances of the outright win would be even better. But I still think that they could pull off the W in this game and at the very least cover the number. And that's it. Those are the games for Monday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and put those college basketball picks in the comments section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Romanelli. Good luck.